Small towns, they're supposed to be safe, quiet, predictable. But sometimes, behind the familiar streets, behind the warm porches and friendly faces, darkness lurks where you least expect it. Tonight, we're uncovering 3 true stories from small towns where the ordinary became terrifying. Strange disappearances, unexplainable lights, and mysterious strangers who shouldn't exist. By the end of this video, you might never look at a quiet town the same way again. Our first story comes from Brookfield, a town of barely 2,000 people. Everyone knew Emily Larson. She was the kind of girl who smiled at everyone, worked the late shift at the local diner, and helped neighbors with their groceries. But one chilly October evening, Emily didn't come home. Her family thought she might have stayed late at work, but the diner's night manager reported she never even showed up. The police found her car parked on the edge of Mill Woods, the dense forest that locals avoided after dark. Her keys were in the ignition. Her purse was still inside, but Emily, she was gone. Search parties scoured the woods, but there was no sign of her. No footprints, no broken branches, nothing. Some townsfolk whispered about old legends, about people who disappeared in those woods and were never seen again. Others believed in something older, something that watched from the shadows, waiting for the right moment. Even now, years later, every October, residents say they can hear faint cries coming from Mill Woods. Emily Larson's case remains open, and the town still wonders what really happened that night. Story 2 takes us to Millfield, a quiet town surrounded by endless cornfields. At first glance, it was the perfect rural town, peaceful, uneventful, but that peace was shattered when glowing lights started appearing in the foggy fields at night. The lights weren't like fireflies. They hovered, darted, and sometimes moved in formations that seemed deliberate. Farmers joked about will-o'-the-wisps, but soon residents reported hearing whispers when the fog rolled in. Soft, urgent voices that called names of people who weren't even outside. Tom, a lifelong resident, decided to see for himself. One foggy evening, he followed the lights into the fields. As he walked, the whispers grew louder, almost as if the voices were right beside him. Then he saw them, pale, shadowy figures emerging from the mist. They didn't speak. They didn't move like humans, but their eyes, glowing faintly, watching him. Tom collapsed on the ground, and when he woke hours later, he was at the edge of town, his truck parked neatly, as if nothing had happened. To this day, the lights continue, and locals avoid the cornfields after dark. But sometimes, when the fog is thick and the night is still, the whispers return. Our final story is from Harrow's Hollow, a town where everyone knew everyone else. One stormy night, a stranger appeared. He was soaked, shivering, and asked for directions, but there was something unsettling about him. He didn't stay at the inn, didn't eat at the diner, and didn't speak to anyone more than a few words at a time. But soon, strange occurrences followed him. Windows rattled at night, objects moved on their own, and pets refused to enter his presence. Some said they saw him walking silently down the streets, only to vanish when they tried to follow. Then, one morning, the stranger simply disappeared. No luggage, no note, no trace. But the oddities didn't stop. Lights flickered in the town at night, shadows moved in impossible ways, and locals reported glimpses of a figure at the edge of the foggy streets, always watching, never approaching, just there. Harrow's Hollow would never feel the same, and some residents now claim he might still be wandering the town, unseen, but always present. A reminder that even in the quietest places, some things don't belong.